Welcome, it's KrayZee here. I love space. It is absolutely fascinating to me. Two things I could rant about that isn't art or music is space and the ocean. Two mysterious things we don't know too much about. It's the fear of the unknown that gets me. It's terrifying, but I honestly love it. My high school years, all I did was draw. It was the only way I could make it through school without losing my mind. I would daydream, write, and draw random characters and stories to get me through the day. One of those stories and characters was based off of our solar system, but human-like. I imagined it was fantasy-oriented, of course. Each planet had an entity in charge of them. Their job was to keep the solar system in check. It's been a while since I thought about them, until my last challenge video, where I redrew a random page from one of my sketchbooks. I thought it would be fun to redesign the solar system. So, take it away, Fleshy. Alright, so we're starting off with the sun. This character, his name's Blaze. He's actually one of the characters that inspired me to make this video in the first place. He is one of my favorites. I drew him a lot my freshman year. I remember certain classes where I'd just be like designing him, and it was him, the earth, and the moon that I drew a lot. So this was really fun to draw him again after so many years. He doesn't look too different than when I drew him in my sketchbooks. So I'm drawing him in a sweater. I think it would be funny that he is easily cold, so he constantly wears a sweater even though he's literally the sun. I consider him the boss man of the group. He's the one who is in charge and is the one who tries to keep everything in check in the solar system. I have always imagined him a really bubbly character. I love my bubbly characters. I generally love them so much. They make me really happy. But he tries to be serious. He tries to be Mr. Boss Man, but he can't help but be not childish, but just really excited. He's a very passionate person, and he loves all of the solar system, every person that is in it. But he's a cutie patootie. I love him. I always have. Next, we have Marcus. Well, Mercury. So I decided to draw him in kind of like a running darting pose because Mercury, you know, he's the closest to the sun, but also Mercury is the fastest planet in the solar system, constantly just running around the sun. So I thought it would be quite fitting for him to be kind of jockey, kind of cocky, just constantly moving. ADHD child. But yeah, this is the first time I've ever thought about Marcus. When I was thinking of the solar system characters, I only focused on a few, like my favorite ones. Yeah, so nothing too crazy to say about Marcus, but yeah, here he is, the boy. Up next, we have Venus. Her name is Veronica. So Venus, the name of the planet, is based off of the Roman goddess of love and beauty. So I really wanted to focus on making her pretty. Because Venus is the hottest planet in the entire solar system, she's hot. Venus is super bright in the solar system, so I kind of made her glow too. But she was really fun to create. Her shoes were really hard. This challenge has helped me so much because I am not the greatest at anatomy. Like, drawing bodies is really intimidating to me. And also, like, shoes, feet, and hands are just not my strong suit. Same with clothes. I'm just not talented, I guess. But this was just, like, really helpful. Her shoes were definitely hard. So, no judgment, please. But I think she turned out pretty. I like her. I also feel like she has a soft spot for Marcus, but she doesn't want to admit it. Alright, so here's Earth, otherwise known as Gigi. So, through high school, I always called her Gaia, but I think Gigi's cute. Also, I've changed her design a lot more than what she used to be. I was just having a lot of fun with this one. She's one of my favorites out of all the designs. I think she's so cute. I picture her a really loving individual. She's very motherly. I wanted to draw Pluto, but that was an extra character and this took so long. But if he was involved, I would consider him being the outcast, and Gigi would just be that mother figure. But yeah, she's just super motherly and loving. I love her. I think she's adorable. Next up, we have the moon, otherwise known as Selene. So this gal is emo. Yeah, she's an emo girl. I couldn't help it. Also, she's one of my older characters, alongside Blaze. She's also been through quite a change. Nothing too crazy, just her hair, really. I never really drew like anything past her head because I was scared of drawing bodies. But yeah, I really like Selene. I think she also kind of considers herself an outcast. She wishes she had more to where she lives. I feel like she has a little bit of jealousy to Gigi because Gigi has life on her planet and Selene has no life on her moon. I also feel like she has a deep connection with Blaze. I feel like Blaze and Selene get along really well. I also kind of ship them. I think they'd be really cute. But yeah, I really like Selene. She's a super quiet character. Blaze opens her up a little bit. Alright, here is Mars. I named him Marley. I hated this one. Poor Marley. So this first drawing, I felt like he looked like Aladdin. Like the silhouette I was going for was like, oh no. Aladdin's cute though. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not making Aladdin. Because Mars has the biggest volcano in the solar system, I was trying really hard to apply the volcano to this guy's skull, but it just looked so weird. I didn't know how to dress him. I didn't know what to do for him. Like, I had no idea. And so here's just like an angry little man. That's what this is. He's fiery. He's got a hot temper. I feel like him and Marcus are besties. But yeah, I was also struggling with his hand. I just hated this one. This one was so hard for me. I don't like the way he looks. Maybe someone out there will give him the love that he deserves. Maybe someone out there likes him. Maybe he's someone's favorite that's watching this. Like, wow, so glad you like him. I don't. Yeah, I just think he's... Ugh. Anyway, moving on. Okay, here's another one I like. So, this man is Jasper. He is representing Jupiter. I really enjoyed this one. I liked drawing this. It was just so fun to practice anatomy. I also love drawing men, so this was just fun. But yeah, because Jupiter is the largest planet in the solar system, I imagine Jasper is a buff king. He likes to work out, he's large. Even though he seems like he's cocky, I feel like he's very kind-hearted and just a patient person. He gives me kind of like a La La Land vibes with like his clothes. I don't know why. This one took me a little bit. I was trying to figure out where to apply colors. For a little bit, his pants were a little too boring. And so my fiance kind of suggested adding in some stripes. So I went back in after like making a completely different character and I added in stripes. But I really like Jasper. I think he looks cute. Alright, introducing Olive. She represents Saturn. I love her. Also, I'm biased because Saturn is my favorite planet. I love Saturn. I imagine Olive is very quiet. She's a very quiet character. She barely speaks, but when she does, everyone listens. She's very wise, full of wisdom. So when she does speak, people tend to really take in what she has to say. I love her. She's just cool. I love her design. Next up, we have a twink. His name's Winter, and he represents Uranus, or whatever way you want to pronounce the planet. But I really love how this sketch turned out. I really enjoyed it a lot. I imagine him being kind of cold, like physically and also personality-wise. He's very stubborn, And he's also protective over the one who rules over Neptune. I honestly have never thought about him before until now, and he's probably one of my favorites. I feel like he doesn't get along too well with Blaze, especially with how much Blaze complains about being cold while Winter's over here living on one of the coldest planets in the solar system. Anyway, I love him. I think he's great. Last but not least, we have Huso. Huso is representing Neptune. I've had an image of Huso since high school. I actually never drew him, but I imagine him basically being male sadness from inside out. I don't know, I just feel like he cries all the time. Like, it has nothing to do with the planet itself, but Neptune just is this typical dark blue that, you know, looks sad. There wasn't like too much to go off of with Neptune besides, like, you know, being cold and being an ice planet. And also it has 2 little storm spots, so I made those spots around his eye, one bigger than the other, which is like the actual planet. But yeah, he's cute. The gang's all here. Got all of them done. This took like 14 hours to do all of these drawings, and they're not even shaded, so hope you're okay with just the simple coloring. If if I was to go in and shade it, this would have taken even longer, but I hope you enjoyed, and just let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. I'm very curious to hear what your guys' opinions are. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope it wasn't too crazy for you. Until next time, bye-bye.